13 may be unlucky for some, but none more so than Sep Vanmarcke. His 2013 season was one of injuries, lost opportunities and heartbreak. An accident in the Tirreno Adriatico ruined his knee. A crash at the Tour of Flanders ruled him out of a podium finish. But perhaps most painfully of all was heartbreak at the Paris-Roubaix. He had equalled Classics master Fabian Cancellara push by push, and it all came down to the velodrome. A game of cat and mouse ensued, only for Cancellara to bolt for the line in the final metres and steal victory from Vanmarcke.
I was disappointed or frustrated for a pretty long time, because you don't have so many chances to win such a big classic, and you never know what's going to be next year if I have a crash or a flat tire. And yeah, it's one of my dreams to win Roubaix, but we need to go on. And the positive thing was that I knew that I can race for the win in the next years.
A year before, those tears of pain had been tears of joy when Vanmarcke took his first major win at the Omloop Het Nieuwsblad. It was a watermark moment for the then 23-year-old. He'd dropped all but two by the last 20 kilometres, old hands Juan Antonio Fletcher and Tom Boonen. In a sprint for the line, the young upstart beat one of the greatest one-day racers of his generation. A shock to most, but not to the victor himself.
2 years ago it wasn't a surprise. I was already a couple of years pretty good in the classics, so I made a big step there by winning it in front of Boonen. And then last year I missed the Flanders Classics. That was pretty disappointing because of a stupid crash. I'd love to have more wins, but yeah, I hope to make another step. I'm feeling strong, and every year already I can make another good step, so I would be surprised to not make the step.
After picking up a top 5 finish in every one-day race so far this year, no one is underestimating the Belgian anymore. But it's not just the Classics riders that need to be wary. With the Tour de France carving a route across the Roubaix cobbles, Vanmarcke has other ambitions.
In the next Classics, I hope to win one of them. And that's the first big goal of the season. And then after the Classics, I work towards the Tour de France to help the team. But also stage 5 is pretty important with the cobbles for me.
Many have anticipated this year's Paris-Roubaix to be a showdown between the two usual suspects, Cancellara and Boonen, with 7 wins between them. Vanmarcke is aware he's riding in an era dominated by 2 legendary figures.
People need their heroes, and Boonen and Cancellara are one of them. And I don't have a problem with it. I just focus on my own thing and try to be as good as possible.
A native of the iconic Flemish Bergs, Vanmarcke is becoming a local hero himself. Pipped to the line at his home race, the Tour of Flanders, last weekend, Vanmarcke came within inches of repeating the glorious feats he saw as a child.
It was really nice watching it and then seeing the helicopters flying over my house, because it was so close, and going inside again and watch it on TV. So it was really nice, but I never expected to do it myself.
Cycling is in his upbringing and his blood. The 25-year-old still hits the Flemish Hillingen with his brother Ken, who surely qualifies as the fastest postman in Belgium. But when it comes down to competing at the top on the unforgiving terrain, natural flair and local knowledge isn't enough.
I'm Flemish. This is my area where I always trained, where I grew up. So that's already one point that is pretty important. I know every road. And then I think you need to be lucky that you can ride good on cobbles, and I have it in me.
After near misses and misfortunes, is 2014 the year Vanmarcke's luck will finally change?